Hey guys, welcome to the Colin with the Boys podcast. My name is Ascend, and I'm here with my co-host Nathan.
What up?
This is episode 19 titled Girl Power. We talked to Allie, aka AloeBroccoli. I think I'm saying that right. We talked to her about growing up as a female gamer and what that was like. She told us a really inspiring story pretty much of her growing up, and she's doing big things to help more women feel comfortable gaming and streaming. So it was really, really awesome to hear that. We also talked to her about the Philly meetup, alcohol, and the story behind her weird name, AloeBroccoli. So it was a really fun one, guys, and I hope you enjoy it. So let's sit back, relax, and open a cold one.
I just wanna crack that door with that boys, no more baby mamas, no more kids to watch, cause I got babysitters. Now it's time for licking, come on, give it to me, cause it's my escape. Now it's time to annihilate, let my troubles all die away. I'm on a diet, Please do not try this, cause do not invite it. I'm dripping in go call the Midas. This night I was excited, it got me reignited. I've been waiting so long I can't fight it, but now I'm Mike Tyson inside, I'm on fire. It ain't nothing like a true.
I have to ask what kind of beer you're drinking, because that could set the tone for the entire episode for me.
Oh boy.
So disappointed in me. It's a Not Your Mama's iced tea. I saw it in the refrigerator, and I was like, this sounds really good. And I opened it, and it tastes like hoppy iced tea. I don't know how I feel about it.
That's weird.
That sounds pretty gross.
Not Your Mama's?
Not Your Mom's iced tea. It's like Not Your Father's root beer. But it's like the iced tea. I don't know why it's called Not Your Mom's. I don't know what they're
Probably
trying to
because it's iced tea.
Does it taste like Long Island iced tea or?
No, like it tastes like a beer iced tea, but more sweet. But there's still that essence of beer in it.
I don't know if I don't like iced tea.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm enjoying it right now.
That's good. I don't know. I've had the Not Your Father's Mountain Ale and root beer, and they all taste like shit. So
yeah, I tried it once. It's gross.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. The Mountain Ale is like vodka and Mountain Dew, and that takes me back to high school, and I try to not remember those days.
It's like freshman year of college all over again.
Yeah.
Freshman year, you said we were going to be disappointed. I was expecting like some Natty Light or like Keystone Light or something, some of that trash.
Hey, you can't dog on the Stone, dude. That's like
dude, it's
epic
disgusting.
Natty Ice is water. Hello?
Yeah, pretty much. We call it yak piss here in Oklahoma.
Oh, you're in Oklahoma. I was born in Oklahoma City, but I didn't live there for a long time.
Very nice.
Nice. Yeah, no, Natty Light's disgusting, and so is Keystone, and all the parties that I ever went to in college, all had kegs with that crap in it.
Kegs with
or
Natty.
PBR.
PBR. Yep. The good old PBR. Good Lord.
Yeah, that's pretty disgusting.
I've become more refined as I've gotten older. I started drinking craft beers like a loser.
Oh, please, he says. I don't like beer until recently. I've started to warm up to it more. And what made me warm up to beer was I'm going to mess up pronouncing it. It's like Schascherberg or something like that. It's a grapefruit ale. And I was so surprised by how it still tasted like beer, but it had that sweet undertone to it that just made it not like
citrus
pee. It didn't taste like pee.
Yeah,
I've never tasted piss before, so I don't quite know what that's. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I got you. I mean, if you like citrus beers, I don't know if you've ever had Shock Top. I know Shock Top is a fan favorite.
I gotta try that. I didn't know it was citrusy. I thought it was just a fancy looking beer.
You know, a lot of people.
Blue Moon is also like that, right? It's like has a citrusy orange taste.
Yeah, don't you put an orange in a glass of Blue Moon?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
both. With
that's
both.
a way to
Shock
drink
Top.
it, and yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna get some oranges tomorrow.
There you
go. Give that a try.
There
Heck
you
yeah.
go.
But no, I enjoy some beers, but You like started like a year ago getting into like these IPAs and shit, and now you're like a beer connoisseur. Get the hell out of here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I hated beer because it all tasted like gas station beer for the longest time. Because Oklahoma is like the worst state when it comes to like liquor laws and all that kind of stuff. Like you have to buy liquor at the gas stations. You can't buy any kind of good beers. And recently, since the Oklahoma liquor laws have changed, they started opening up breweries, and I'm actually getting to experience like legitimate beers, and it's a lot different than gas station beer. But I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. We'll be here for 45 minutes.
Anyway, so Allie, aka okay, how do you is it aloe or AloeBroccoli?
It's AloeBroccoli, like aloe vera and broccoli, but no vera in there.
So
AloeBroccoli.
What's with like? How did you come up with that name?
All right, so for a long time, I didn't tell the full story to my name because I wasn't using my last name with my alias. But now that I am, I can give you the full thing. So basically, my real name is Allie, and my best friend in high school was 2 years older than me. So when I was a junior, she was a freshman in college, and she drunk texted me one night and was like, "Hi, Aloe," and it was a typo. But it was in a group chat, and it kind of just stuck. So everyone started calling me Aloe in that group chat. And then a summer later, when I was a camp counselor, my other counselor's last name sounded like avocado. So they all called her Counselor Avocado. And at one point, they're like, "Counselor Allie, what's your last name?" And I said, "My last name is Berkey." And they're like, "Oh my God, it's avocado and broccoli." So when I started making a Tumblr account, I changed it to AloeBroccoli at first. That thing doesn't exist anymore. Don't even try to find it. And then when I made my Twitch account, I was like, I need a name. Let's roll with this.
AloeBroccoli.
AloeBroccoli.
Well, it's definitely unique, that's for sure.
I definitely don't like the broccoli aspect, and I want to just get it to Aloe, but Twitch hasn't released the Aloe account yet. It's an account that only follows Justin. It only follows him. And so I know at some point it will release the name.
The name.
But until then, I'm just waiting.
Not to dog on your name. Like, don't take offense to this, but when I saw the name AloeBroccoli, and we were actually talking about it like 15 minutes before you came in here. And I was like, well, broccoli is probably one of the worst vegetables I've ever tasted. And aloe is what I think of when I get sunburn. And so it's like the two worst things I can think of thrown together. And I'm just like, man. But I mean, it's unique, and I will probably always remember it. So there you go.
That's awesome. I
will never forget.
$6.66 to Shroud the other day. Because that's what I do. Whenever I donate to a big streamer that I look up to, I know that I'm not the wealthiest, but I still want to support them. So I always do $6.66 because I love the meme. And he read my name, and he goes, AloeBroccoli. That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, I saw that on your Twitter. Like, you posted a video of it. I started laughing.
My boss was watching too, and so when he heard that, he was like, "Oh my goodness."
That does sound disgusting, because like I've had those aloe waters. Like, do you know about those? Like, it's pretty much water with aloe in them, and when I've tasted them, it literally tastes like I'm drinking sunscreen.
Ew!
So
I've never tried it. But
it's disgusting.
Never found it appealing.
Yeah. It's like the whole coconut water thing. Like, I don't get it.
Me neither. I hear it's great for hangovers, but that's about it.
Beer's great for hangovers too.
Oh, true. Also, so is water, but who drinks that?
As I sip on my water.
Yeah. Casual.
Yeah,
Filthy
casual.
casual.
Yes. Filthy casual. I get it. But okay, so on your Twitter and on your Twitch, I've noticed you're part of a group called the Nerd Street Gamers, and you're also a like a social media manager, from what I understand. Is that right?
Yeah.
So what does that entail? Like, what is the Nerd Street Gamers? Like, what is that all about?
So, Nerd Street Gamers is an amateur esports pipeline currently based out of Philadelphia, which is where I reside. And basically, our goal is to make esports competitions available to everyone, not just the pros. So, we focus on the amateur level.
Nice.
However, for example, at one of our events, Fragadelphia 4, a couple years back, Lumosity competed and won. And that was before they were pro, and now they're this huge pro team, like ninjas on them and whatnot. And that's basically what our goal is to bring the amateurs to the pro league.
So was Luminosity part of like the organization you do? Or
No.
Oh, so you're trying to do something similar.
We host, yes and no. We host tournaments. Like tomorrow we have a Fortnite tournament for Xbox and PC. In June we have the Philadelphia Fusion Cup at Too Many Games Convention, where it's an amateur 16 teams, amateur level 16 teams compete for a $5,000 prize pot.
Nice.
That gets split among the first couple, like first through third, I think it is.
Right.
And we do events like that. We have a big StarCraft 2 event coming up called Cheesedelphia 7, and that's going to be our first event not at localhost, which is a LAN center in Philadelphia. It's going to be at the localhost in Chicago. So we're currently branching out and expanding localhost as we speak.
That's awesome.
So,
yeah,
so like
exciting.
with these, as you call them, amateur kind of community events for esports, are you guys like trying to make a league of like an amateur league, almost like it would, like maybe the winners of the amateur league could kind of go into the big leagues kind of thing? Because that'd be awesome if there was multiple leagues like that.
Yeah, so really it's not like we are creating a league. There already is the amateur league. It's just like there's no structure to it, and we're supplying the tournaments for amateurs to come out and compete. We have teams like Ethereum Esports. They were at our Counter-Strike event in Chicago at the Chicago Gaming Coalition, and they're like a middle of the road higher end amateurs team. So we are kind of just like, we allow teams to compete and basically add to their own account, their own credibility. So they can put out that they won Frag 7, and maybe another team will start looking at them like a pro team. And another example is actually, I can't say that example. I apologize.
It's fine.
Sorry, NDA.
Yeah. Awesome. That sounds awesome. I would love to look into that. Is there like, do they ever stream these amateur events on Twitch or anything?
Yes, we stream all of our events. We actually just started, we're branching out into TV content, and this week was our first week of full shows, and today was the premiere episode of our CSGO talk show podcast called The Drop Room, and it's Topical, who is one of our casters, and Bolty, who is one of the writers for Dust 2, and they just basically talk about, today it was like talking about the Mountain Dew League, what's next for Torqued, because Torqued is losing a lot of players right now, and the next upcoming Fragadelphia.
Nice. See, I had no idea there was even amateur esports. So, I mean, you're clearly doing your job. You're getting it out there, because now I know there's amateur esports.
That's our goal. That's our goal, just to make it available for everyone to compete, basically.
Yeah, I mean, with like real sports, what I really like about, like, I'm a huge soccer fan for me. So, how they do it in Europe is a lot of that kind of stuff where there's a main league, which is the top league of all the best teams, and there's 20 of them, and like the bottom 3 of those 20 teams, the bottom 3 drop into the next division below, and the top 3 of the division below upgrades to the top league. So I think if it would be awesome to see something like that implemented with whatever game, maybe like Fortnite or something, or Overwatch, where there's teams that get upgraded into the big leagues after, you know, a few fall out from the big leagues, to see, you know, some gamers that no one's ever heard of get seen on the spotlight. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I will give that feedback. I'll let my employers, my coworkers know.
Dude, you could be changing the face of esports and you don't even know it.
The catalyst.
The catalyst. No, like I don't know how anything like that. I have no idea how the whole like community management even works. So I don't know. That would probably take a lot of resources to ever get something like that together. But I mean, I guess it's worth looking into. But
we currently have Team Dignitas's PUBG team boot camping actually at localhost. Like I was just with them and I came home and my dog destroyed stuff and I was like, crap. But I was working with them. I got to sit down and talk to them. But I was speaking with their social media manager yesterday. And she said that about a year ago when she first started working with Nerd Street Gamers, it was Rob, John, and she didn't say the other guy's name, but there were only 3 of them. And now there's over a dozen of us, getting close to 20 production people, business people, etc., all across the board. And we're slowly growing, and it's really exciting to watch where we're going to go. But our main goal is just everyone can come compete, no matter how old, what your skill rank is. You could be the best and you don't even know. And that's right. What we're trying to do.
Dude, I'm signing up.
Yo, come through.
With what game?
I have no idea.
What game are you even an amateur at, dude?
I don't know. Why you gotta throw me down like that? You just pushed me down a flight of stairs.
I could probably sign up for Rocket League, but I don't have a team.
Yeah, you probably could.
We do have a Rocket League event. Yeah.
Hey, there you go, dude. Get out there and find yourself a team.
I mean, I have a few people that are really good at Rocket League, and maybe it'd be something we could look into. I don't know. But so another thing I noticed, I don't know if it was from Fragadelphia or not, but I did on your Twitter see a picture of you guys at the Philly meetup. And I thought it was really interesting that I saw a picture of you with a pigeon head. So I don't know what that's all about.
I found it and I went to the Philadelphia meetup. Local host is a BYOB. So if you're of the age, you're more than welcome to bring a beer, play some games and whatnot. So I'm one of the community managers for the Philadelphia meetup. And so that's how I got my job with Nerd Street. Was me and Sir Skrillex, who Jason talked about too, but he's a good friend of mine. Skral and I met 2 years ago on Twitch, and now we're working together. It's funny. Him and I went into localhost to talk with Rob, and Rob is one of the founders. And basically just check out the place because we are looking for a venue to host the Philly meetup. And in the same conversation, he expressed that he kind of needs some help with some digital graphic design work, media work, etc. And being a media studies and production major, finishing out my last semester of college, I was like, hey, I need an internship to graduate. And he was like, really? So I started being an intern there, and I got the social media manager job in April. But
nice.
The Philly meetup, I walked to the back closet where we keep where the coworkers will keep their beers because we're just making sure no one steals our beer. And I look over and there's this pigeon head, and I'm like, what the hell? And I put it on and I'm like, all right, this is it. And I also vape, so I immediately walked out, sucked a really big vape cloud, and I just blew it through the holes of the pigeon mask. And it was quite an enjoyable reaction from other people.
Nice.
Yeah, we're both vapors too, so
Vape
I don't promote that.
Vape niche for sure.
I'm gonna need you to edit that out. I don't promote that.
Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here with that stuff.
That made me spit beer out of my nose.
I don't promote it. When people talk to me about it on stream, like, why do you vape? Why do you smoke? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, unfortunately, I have a smoking fixation. I wasn't even really addicted to cigarettes. I just have a fixation on smoking. So I knew cigarettes were bad for you and vape was bad for you, but vape was technically better than cigarettes. So I was like, well, I'm making the switch.
When someone ever asks you why you're vaping, you should just be like, because I feel like dying early, okay? Like, get out of here.
I
like,
enjoy
stop asking
taking
me.
6 seconds off of my 6 minutes. Is that the thing?
6 seconds.
6 seconds off my life.
Yeah, what was it? every cigarette, I think. I don't remember.
I thought it was
something
6
crazy
minutes
like that.
every
Was
cigarette.
it could have been.
I enjoy dying early.
Same.
Living to be 100 is overrated.
That's a
like
joke. That's a joke. Don't start vaping, kids.
Please don't. I don't know. Like I grew up in Oklahoma. I went through a little like redneck phase, and of course everybody dipped in my high school, and so like I got on the dipping train, and then my older brothers smoked, so I started smoking, but then like I started having episodes where I was like blacking out, and I don't know if it was like because of smoking cigarettes or, you know, just whatever. I have no idea what it was, but so I stopped smoking cigarettes because of that, and I hated the way that it smelled. Like it makes your clothes smell, your car smell, makes your fingers smell. That was the worst part. Like when you go to scratch your nose, it just stank. And then vaping came out, and it tastes good, and it doesn't smell, so I became addicted. So.
And it doesn't like.
Yeah, now you smell like a fruit.
Yeah, it doesn't like nicotine, like the cigarette. I guess it's not the nicotine. It's probably the tar and everything else turns everything yellow. And yeah, it's just a bad deal.
Well, I do have a story about that. So it does stick.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I'm actually looking at it.
Okay, so I used to like with my I have a new PC now that I built, but the last PC I had, I would have the side of it open, just because like the tower I had, like the door was broken. It didn't have the bolt, so I just kept it open. Whatever. I was vaping all the time. Like I never take my vape with me anywhere, but when I'm gaming, I'm like literally breathing vape smoke. Like every breath is another.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. It's my pacifier. So I'm vaping it, and over probably like an 8-month period, one time I was just gaming, my computer shut down, wouldn't turn back on. I was like, what the hell's going on? So I turned over my PC on its side, you know, I started troubleshooting, and I took the fan off of the processor. I don't know if you built a computer or anything before, but yeah, the fan on the processor, I took that off, I unbolted it, and yeah, the heatsink. I took the heatsink off, and what I saw underneath, like the fan was dripping vape liquid, and it had fried my processor.
That's the one thing I knew was to never. My coworkers got me into vaping. They're the ones who like were like, "Why are you smoking cigarettes? We all vape." Not really. They're like more like, "Why are you smoking when you can be vaping when it's healthier?" But that's an oxymoron in itself. And the one rule, they're like, don't blow onto electronics. Do not blow your vape onto electronics. And so when I'm streaming, I tend to blow it at my webcam because it's the only place that isn't going to hit my monitors or my keyboard or my PC. And so at the end of every stream, I just go up and I wipe it off just to make sure it's okay, because I know it's going to stick if I don't take care of it.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's definitely over a long period of time, but you know, with how condensation works, it was because okay, I would vape so much that the room that I was in would be like a strip club after a while. Like it would be so hazy in there that it was just, you couldn't see the other end of the room. So when I would stop gaming for the night and I would leave, you know, the condensation, like my processor would cool down and completely cool off, and that's when like the condensation would just like stick to it, and I guess that's what caused it over time. But oh man, I was so pissed. I was like, damn it!
Like
but,
that's one
I got
of the
a new
things.
Tower, now it's covered.
That's one of the things I'm worried about with like these new microphones, because we just recently, it's been probably a month now, but we got new microphones, and they're Bayer Dynamics, and they were like what, $500, something like that. So they're super expensive microphones, and like I started vaping and I was blowing it, and then I like looked up and I saw the smoke like going into the microphone. I'm like, no! So I like stood up and I started like blowing, like with my mouth blowing across the microphone, trying to get it away from it. And so now, like, whenever I have two different PCs. I have my PC that I do the podcasting on, and then I have my gaming PC. And now when I'm not doing a podcast, like this thing is like tucked away in this little nook and cranny in my desk. And like I put like a shirt and everything else over it. I'm so paranoid.
It's better be safe than sorry.
Absolutely, because I ain't got the money to shill it out again.
Yo, I feel you.
Yeah, I mean now the computer is like covered up, but yeah, the mic. I really hope it doesn't affect it. But
yeah, me too. I'm gonna cry.
It's gonna.
Don't. Put
I know
that on
it's
me.
gonna. I need to do what you do. I need to like every night, like just take the pop filter off and actually see what I can do to clean it.
I mean, with a webcam, all I have to do is really just wipe off the screen of it. But with a microphone, I would say like even hang it upside down, make sure that where it was possibly like collecting that juice can air out.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have a lot more fans in there now, so hopefully it's blowing it back out.
We're gonna be so
I'm also
paranoid.
Yeah. I should probably like turn off my computer and go check it and make sure it's not like friggin' dripping liquid. But yeah, so another thing I saw on your stream is not only are you part of the Nerd Street Gamers, but you're also part of a group called Team Kitty.
Yeah.
And I think I know what it's about, but I'm not going to guess. And I'm just going to let you tell us what it is.
So, Team Kitty is a stream team made entirely of women, and our goal is to spread positivity and empower other female streamers. That is Team Kitty. Okay. It is awesome. My story with Team Kitty is kind of mushy, but when I was in high school, I gamed my whole life. So I started gaming on a PlayStation 1 with my brother when I was about 5 years old. And the first game I was addicted to was actually The Sims on like PC. And so that's where I started getting into gaming with Sims, Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, and then Kingdom Hearts, and so on and so forth. I got an Xbox 360 from my grandfather, and he actually passed away before I could get it. So it was for my birthday, but because the 360 was so huge that it was on back order for 6 months. And around 4 months after my birthday, he passed away. So when I got my 360, it was my baby. It was the last gift I ever got from my grandfather. It was him. He was my best friend because I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. I was a tomboy. I played games, etc. Well, in middle school, I started to get more girly, but I was playing COD like all the time. Halo 2, I mean, not 2, 3, with all my friends, and it was fine. And I would get the occasional, like, that's when Go Make Me a Sandwich was a big thing, but it didn't until my freshman year of high school. I started getting bullied by these two guys in my math class. They started making fun of my clothes, and then they found out I gamed. And then that's where it got really bad, to the point that I was leaving class in the middle of class crying. And my teacher only sent them down to the principal's office once. And I was so sick of this teacher. I was so sick of everything that I was just like, I'm going to stop gaming. So I quit gaming for 6 years. So from my freshman year of high school to my sophomore year of college, I did not game. And then my freshman year of college, my junior year of high school, I found Twitch because I really was into electronic music. And I saw that they were streaming Ultra, the music festival. And so I started watching that. I watched like Swedish House Mafia's final show, and I was like, this is a cool platform. So I started watching. I stumbled across, what was his name? Sidearms for Reason, the Counter-Strike player. And I saw that his Twitter, this was on YouTube one day, his Twitter account said that he was streaming on Twitch. And I was like, oh, let me watch this. And when I came over to watch the stream, he was playing with a female streamer named Kitty Plays. And I was like, who is this girl? So I started watching her streams. I started looking up to her and seeing like, this girl plays games. Why was I getting bullied for playing games? Like, I didn't understand. And that was like my freshman year of college. And then my sophomore year of college, I had a really traumatic experience with a roommate who like turned all my friends against me, and I was looking for an outlet. And my coworker was like, hey, you used to game, right? I have a PC that I built a while ago that I'm trying to sell. So he sold this PC to me. It was like a i5 with like a 760 video card in it. It was not the best, but I could game on it. And I started gaming again, and that's how I started streaming. And the whole time I started streaming, my goal wasn't to get partnered. My goal was to get on Team Kitty. So Jason pinged me back, Jason Master SciTech, pinged me back in like June, July, like, oh my God, Allie, guess what? Team Kitty has open applications right now. And I was like, my numbers are too low, blah, blah, blah. They won't accept me, but I'm going to apply. And 3 months later, I was working. I worked for a football team for 4 years in college. So this past fall before TwitchCon, about a month before TwitchCon, I was sitting at my desk, miserable at work, and all of a sudden I get this email. And it says, congratulations, you have been accepted to Team Kitty.
Damn.
And that was my dream come true. I was so excited and so just humble to have this opportunity. And the first day I joined the Discord was just so overwhelming. There are all these women that just want to see you succeed and make sure you're having fun and want to help each other. And like, we'll get harassed all the time and we talk to each other, make each other feel better, how to combat the harassment, how to ignore the harassment, how to get over the way we're feeling because of the harassment. Or we're all succeeding and we're all just like, oh my gosh, congrats, and like let's push this person, make sure that they get their goal, and etc. And we're all just about empowering each other, and
that's awesome.
Really, really amazing.
That is awesome. That's really great. Like I love seeing stuff like that, because to me it makes zero sense like what those guys in high school were like bullying you for something like that. Because I was always a gamer growing up, and maybe it's because they weren't gamers, even though, you know, that stigma is lifted these days where you see like jocks gaming with nerds, like everyone's gaming now. But that makes no sense to me, because like when I was growing up, I was always trying to get girls into gaming or get more girls into gaming just because it was all guys everywhere,
right?
You know, gaming. So that's really awesome to hear that there's groups out there like that support that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let me throw a little knowledge at you.
Right, let's hear it.
This wasn't me, of course, but I've listened to the talk shows and the psychiatrist. I don't know why I've listened to this, but it's been in the back of my head the whole time you were talking about it. And I didn't pick on people. I was probably the guy that got picked on. But whenever guys like pick on girls, from what I've heard, is they're trying to get their attention, or they have some kind of interest in them, and they're too fucking dumb to figure out how to talk to a female in any other way other than picking on them, right?
Yeah.
So they probably liked you, but they were too stupid to figure out how to tell you that they liked you, and so they just picked on you, and that's how they get the attention. Or they were just complete total D-bags, and they were trying to look cool in front of their friends.
So the one was a complete total jock D-bag, football player, quarterback, piece of poop. And the other was like his best friend, hype man. They're like the cool, popular guys. But it's funny because 3 years after this, the one guy turned to my friend when I told my friend I was going to a party, and he was like, yo, she's coming tonight? Yo, I've been trying to hit that. And we were like 17. And I was like, the hell? And my friend told me this, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to the party anymore.
Yep.
You're right about one of them.
I think I'm right about both, because that guy probably liked you the whole time, but his buddy was like, and he just went along with it, trying to get your attention, knowing that he's too stupid to actually talk to you. So he was just, you get what I'm going with this. But it's funny how that works.
It's very interesting. All I have to say is that men, shut up. Just have a conversation.
Shut the fuck
just
up.
Shut up and just ask like, hey, oh, what are you doing? Oh, that's cool. Just like normal conversation. Come on.
Right.
That's how you get someone's attention, not by being like, yo, that's a grandma dress. Why do you dress like a grandma? This was like before floral dresses were popular again, and I was wearing a floral dress. That's literally what it was.
That's badass. Tell him to get wrecked, dude. Pound sand.
Get wrecked, noobs.
Yeah.
Fuck. I hope he hears this.
I hope he does,
love
dude.
to hear if they hear this. Just because it would just be like, at the same time, I wouldn't care, but at the same time, I would just, it'd make me feel so like.
With like, How You Like Me Now, like just playing in the background.
Like, look at me now.
Yeah, look at me now.
What is that song by
I'm
Drake?
getting paper.
It's like, started from the bottom, now we here. Yep, that's it.
Yeah, there you go.
Every time somebody says that, I can only see the meme of the old guy riding the little stair climber thing up the stairs. It's like the little elevator thing they sit in, and it takes them upstairs to their second story. I don't know why. I'm sorry.
No, but that's awesome that there's something like Team Kitty out there. And I also wanted to congratulate you because you actually I also saw on your Twitter, you just recently met the requirements to move towards Twitch partner. So now you can apply for that.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. I hate to squash the bubble, but the only reason I hit those requirements was because I got a really big raid at the start of the month. And then I had a front page slot yesterday. So my numbers are super skewed right now. And also that was an accident. I was supposed to be doing the front page slot. It was my first ever front page slot. And I started prepping for it like yesterday morning. I only did a little bit of prep work and I was like, I'm gonna just do some PUBG duos today on my stream, just hang out. And all of a sudden around 4 p.m., which is my time slot for supposedly next Thursday, everyone goes, Allie, you're on front page. And I'm like, no, I'm not.
What the fuck?
Because it's for a charity stream. And here's this girl sipping coffee, smoking a vape, and raising money for charity now. So I had to quickly do a 180. I had to message a bunch of people to get mods in chat. And I just rolled with it. We raised about $600-ish.
Nice.
And so I'm going to still do that stream next Thursday, even if I'm not front page, just to see if I can get 400 more. I want to hit that 2,000 goal.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but
that is awesome.
I did apply, but I know I'm probably going to get denied.
And as far as
you'll get it.
What you said about it being, I guess, blown up from what it actually, like what your numbers actually are, as the great Vin Diesel once said from a movie franchise that was good at the beginning and turned shit later. Like, it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile, winning's winning. So
there you go.
You got there. You got the application, like they sent you the application process and stuff. So like as like, I don't know. I just think that's you got there.
Yeah,
so,
it's definitely and it's surprising when I didn't want to look at my stream summary, but I knew I was going to have to. And when I clicked it, there's a little banner that says you've completed the path to partnership and all these confetti coming up. And I start crying because this was something I never thought I was ever going to see. It was, even though I know I got it only because of front page, it was still such a great feeling.
Well, how long have you been streaming, like total, like seriously?
Seriously, I streamed for about 6 months when I first started streaming every single day, and then I was on and off for the past 2 years. So about 2.5 years total in streaming time, but I started going full time again this past May. So like not this past May, like the start of this month is when I first got back into full time streaming. Beforehand, I was doing streams like 2 or 3 times a week because I couldn't really focus on it. I did a lot of charity streams mostly because I just wanted to, when I streamed, do it for a good reason while I was in college. But I didn't finish my degree, and I have like 10 credits left, so I'm going to do that over the course of a year or two, just because I'm not stressed. I've got a job right now. If I were to lose this job, I'd figure something else out, but I don't want to go back to school when I have so many other things I want to work on. So that's why I threw myself just back into full-time streaming.
Yeah, I mean, like, even if you're doing it full-time or not, you've done your time, and you and I both know, like, that's how streaming works. You do your time. You don't just get on and you're like, oh, well, tomorrow I'm a Twitch partner.
Yeah.
No, like, you do your time, you do the work, and you'll, get the good consequences from it. So,
well, hoping for the best, planning for the worst.
That is my rule for life, and my wife fucking hates it.
Why?
She calls me a pessimist, and I'm like, no, I'm a realist.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
No. There's a difference between being a pessimist and being a realist. Pessimist is just negative about everything. It's not going to happen. I hate my life. That's a pessimist. I plan for the worst, and then I strive to make things the best that they can be. And she's like, well, all you do is just plan for, the worst case scenario. I'm like, because the worst case scenario can happen. And if you're not planning for what to do if worst case scenario happens, you're an optimist. And I'm not a fucking optimist because I've seen how the world works. And I'm like, if you're an optimist, you're a go-getter, cool. But somebody's going to fucking slap you in the face one of these days. Like, you're just going to get hit in the nose and you're going to figure out what life is like. And then they become realist. And that's what I consider myself.
Well, if they smack me in the face, I'll just call the police. So
it's a figure of speech. Give me a break.
I would have booed you just then, but that was a good one. I like that how casual it was. That little joke. Normally for something like that, I'd be like, boo, take a lap, and I'd pull people out of the Discord channel and I'd put them in AFK for a minute.
Get the hell out of here. Yeah. But yeah, that's a good thing to live by. I mean, it's I feel like I'm that way too. I mean, if you're too optimistic, like if you're way too optimistic, you're not really putting in all the work you need to be to get to your goals.
Right. It's just going to fall in my lap.
I would say I'm an optimistic realist. Like, I tend to think more positively.
Yeah.
Though I'm always like, this could happen. What is the backup plan? But I don't think, like, this is going to happen, you know?
Right. Okay. So I'm an optimistic realist. There we go.
There you go.
I think you're more of a pessimistic realist.
Whatever.
But you're still a realist. I'm not taking that away from you. All right. You need to calm down.
Leave my realist alone.
But yeah, that's awesome. So, well, we're gonna kind of go into our random thought of the day segment to wrap up the show a little early for you, because I know you have things to do, so we don't want to take up too much of your time. This random thought is, I did a lot of creeping on your Twitter. I hope that's okay.
Go for it. Isn't that your job?
Pretty much.
You gotta get to know your subject, so you gotta do that,
exactly.
stalker shit. Just don't say my address, please.
Don't let out her social
So
either.
the random thought of the day is actually Allie's phone number, her social security number. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, it's 666.
666. You just give people that card. So I saw on your Twitter that you are a Jeff Goldblum enthusiast.
Oh, baby.
And basically my random thought is really simple. Like, what's your favorite Jeff Goldblum movie? Or maybe a movie he's a part of?
Okay, so it used to be just Jurassic World, like the OG, like sexy Jeff Goldblum, you know. But
sexy Jeff, what?
Stop. No.
Hey, when he was younger, he was a good-looking man. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you want to hear what the answer is?
Please, yes.
Yes, go for it.
He was amazing in Thor Ragnarok.
Oh my God, that's my answer.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. He's like this old gray daddy, and it's just like, oh, please fuck me up, Jeff. Oh, am I supposed to be not cursing? I'm so sorry.
No, you can.
It's completely fine.
Okay. But yeah, no, I love Jeff Goldblum. When I first got my job at Nerd Street, my boss was like creating my Slack account, and he was like, oh, and you can pick a picture, and he was like, my picture is the baby Grinch, and it's literally the baby Grinch. So I made mine awesome. A photo of Jeff Goldblum posing with a velociraptor.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, like for me, I originally would have gone with like, either Jurassic Park or Independence Day. But yeah, my answer is the exact same. I didn't know you were going to go in that direction, but Thor Ragnarok, he was amazing in that. Like, I was like, holy shit, great. He's hilarious.
I didn't know he was in it. And when we got to the scene where he turned around in the chair and it's Jeff Goldblum, I grabbed my friend's hand and I just was like, oh my God, I can't breathe.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
We were actually talking about this before the show, because he was like, she's a Jeff Goldblum enthusiast. And I was like, who? And like, I was a little hurt too. I know who he is. Okay. I looked him up on Google. I was like, oh yeah, I know that guy. Like, it was just like a brain fart. I couldn't put the name with the face. And we were talking about it, and it's like, I don't like him as an actor. I don't know what movie I saw him in, but it's kind of like, I'm trying to think of the guy's name, but the movie Gamer with Russell Crowe, or not Russell Crowe. It's I don't remember who it was, but it has the the guy that runs like the business or whatever. Like I can't watch any of his movies anymore because I absolutely hate him because that movie ruined it for me. But there's a movie that I've seen at some point in time that had Jeff Goldblum in it, and I hated the character and I hated the acting, and so it like killed his whole spiel for me. And,
I don't think it's Gamer that you're talking about. Is Gamer like that
no, Jeff Goldblum is not in Gamer.
Oh, okay.
I was referring to Gamer is the one where like the guy's in prison and the kids take over and they actually like kill each other or whatever.
Yeah.
And it has like the main, like the protagonist is, or excuse me, the antagonist is like the business owner of the whole corporation. And he's the guy that plays in Dexter, right? So I tried to watch Dexter, but I was like, I can't watch this shit because I hate this fucking guy from that movie. So like that movie literally killed me from ever watching anything with him in it again. And that's kind of the same way with Jeff Goldblum. I don't know which movie it was, but
like Deborah from Dexter many times, and I've never seen Dexter.
I've never seen it either. So
I like the premise, but I don't think they executed it well enough for me to be like, oh, this is an awesome show. But I mean, Allie, you're welcome to hate Nathan for hating Jeff Goldblum.
It's okay. I think I can forgive you, but let's stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned. All right, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome, Allie. Well, I had fun. I hope you did as well. If people want to reach out to you for, if they are interested in Amateur Gaming League or if they want to come watch you stream or anything like that, like throw out some plugs. Like how can they reach you?
Yeah, so they can reach first of all, follow the Nerd Street Gamers Twitter account. That's where we do the most of our promotional stuff. Basically, we're informing you guys when our next event is, when our next championship is, etc. And every time one of our shows go live or one of our events go live on Twitch, we tweet it out. And our Twitch channel is twitch.tv/nerdstreetgamers. But the E in nerd is actually a 3, as is the same on our Twitter account. And street isn't spelled out. It's just ST. And that's the best way you guys can watch our content right at this moment.
Okay, awesome. And then for your stream?
For my stream, if you guys want to come watch someone be really bad at first-person shooters, by all means, I have a really cute dog, and I say hello a lot. I literally just, anytime something goes wrong, hello? So it's obviously positive.
Hello?
Right.
So it's at twitch.tv/AloeBroccoli. And that's
awesome.
AloeBroccoli's my Twitter, my Instagram. I kind of just keep it the same across everything. I don't have a Snapchat. Don't ask for it. That is the most common thing I'm asked for. I was playing a CS deathmatch game.
Hate that?
And everyone was just like, yo, Aloe, send me your snap. And I was like, no.
Send me your snap, bro.
No.
Yeah, I'll put all that in the show notes so people can definitely reach out and come watch and stuff. So awesome, guys. Well, other than that, that's it. So we will see you guys next week. And instead of saying goodbye, I'm gonna go with hello.
Hello.
See you guys next week.
Laters.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Not a problem.
Hey guys, thanks so much for listening to the episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and even if you didn't, we would love to hear your feedback, which can be sent to coldonepodcast@gmail.com, or leave a review of what you thought on iTunes. It really does help us make this experience better for you, the listener. If you would like more contact with us, you can follow us on social media. Just look for @coldonepodcast on Twitter and Facebook. All this information can be found at our website, actionsperminute.net. You can also get a hold of us pretty much every day by joining the APM Network Discord, which is also on the website. And lastly, if you like what we do, tell your friends, your family, your enemies, and coworkers about it. Thanks, guys. And remember, don't drink and drive.